Hello. So we are going to show you how to create a folder inside of your inventory. Now, for some reason, new residents are intimidated by this whole thing here. And let me put on that capture cursor. Okay, so yeah, you guys are intimidated by this box here. And there's no reason to be. It's just all of your items in this dialog box. Is it a dialog box? What would you call it? Folder? So anyway, in our inventory, we have all the items that we purchase, that we are gifted, that we get from events, whatever. So we have our animations, our body parts. Calling cards are all of the calling cards of your friends, old and present. Clothing, your current outfit, what you're currently wearing. Gestures, landmarks to different sims. Lost and found, if you have a box or an item on someone else's land and they return your item, it will end up here in Lost and Found. Merchant outbox is for people that have stores on Marketplace, and all of their items will be in here. Actually, I don't know. I don't. This for some reason became empty one day, but all of my items are still on Marketplace, so I don't know what that's about. And that to me is a new box that just came out of nowhere. But anyway, or folder. So favorites. My favorites are landmarks. My favorite landmarks. My outfits are outfits that you create different folders and copy the outfit that you want into this area and create an outfit for that so that you can easily change your clothing. Note cards are cards that have messages from events, merchants, cards that you can create with little notes or yeah, different things, help cards, you know, stuff like that. Objects are where just different objects are, like your housing objects, your decor. All those will end up in your object folder, and when you get a new box in World in a World store, it will end up here inside of the objects folder. Photo album are all of the photos that you take with the snapshot. And snapshot, I like to use control, or is it Alt Shift S? Oh, that's sit. Alt Shift S is sit. Okay, and Alt Shift S is unsit. Okay, so we both don't. So Control Shift S is snapshot. So you take a snapshot, you can save it, save to disk, or save it, customize it, or save anywhere else. And there are a lot of videos on how to take photos in Second Life. Okay, in the script folder is where all of your scripts for different objects will be. So for instance, here, these are freebies that I got. So give a landmark on touch, give an object, load URL, floating, have a floating script. So these are scripts, these are LSL, and you can create your own script or purchase scripts. And water sounds and different things like that. Here it is, water texture animator. Settings. This is also something new that was added not too long ago. It's where you save all of your sky presets that you create. Sounds are different sounds that you might come across that, well, there are default sounds, I believe. So these are default sounds that you get, and they're for gestures or for chat, texting when you're in world and you're chatting at a party or something, and you know that's what gestures are used for. They're for parties and stuff, and clubbing. So that's what the sounds, you can add sounds to different gestures. So this is water flowing. So that's the sound of water. Textures can be textures that you import. So when you upload a photo from your computer into Second Life, it'll come here into your texture area. Textures can also be sent from different groups that you might be in for an ad or something, and that's what it'll end up over here. So you have the option of keeping them or not. And see, I have a lot of different textures for different things. Wall textures, housing textures, stuff like that. So that's where those will end up. And then I have for my TV screen and stuff. So trash is where your deleted items go, and I like to empty out my trash permanently so that it'll save on space and CPU and different things like that. Firestorm, this is where your Firestorm bridge is created. If you use Firestorm, and then other folders that you create will end up here. So we go up here, right click, and you'll get this list here. So you can create a new folder, or you can share items with someone if it's a shareable item, if it's transferable. New script, you can create a new script. You create a new note card, new gesture, new clothing. Here are all the different clothing you create. New body parts. New settings. So this is sky, water, and day cycle settings. And use as default for image uploads, sound uploads, animation model uploads. So when you upload items that you create yourself from your computer into Second Life, it will come here into your inventory. So that's the texture stuff. So let's see. And if you click on any of the preset folders, because these are automatic folders that are in your inventory that I just showed you. If you create a new folder into the preset folder, it will come here, and then you name the folder, blah, 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 blah. And there's your folder, and you add to it whatever you're going to add to it inside of the default folder. Now to create a new folder in your inventory, just go to the inventory up here and create new folder, and it ends up here at the very bottom. Okay. So that's how you create a new folder. And my inventory is pretty much set the way that I want it to be. What is this? So I'm not going to, actually let me move this to my tattoo folder and I will look at that later. So everyone sets up their inventory differently. If you check out my cleaning out my inventory video, you will see how I set up my folders on my mail avatar, and that kind of is routine for all of my avatars. How I set up my folders, I go by store with my clothing and with my housing. My decor, I go by the store. For instance, Tetra, Blueberry, and I created a K-pop diva one, Asteria, Dirty Princess. I created spring for all of my spring outfits, autumn and winter for all of my autumn, and so different things like that. My cosplay and dress up for costumes and stuff, and my accessories. So that's in my clothing. And in my object folder, I have travel, house stuff, half deer, work, and within house stuff, I have it separated by designers and then by room. And travel, okay. And chic magazines, miscellaneous, my shopping HUDs, Aphrodite. So that's how mine is set up. My objects and my clothing, my sounds are set up like that. Scripts. And in my photo album, I have them separated by year. So for each year, the older ones, I didn't put them in a folder yet. So body parts, that's how my body parts is set up. I have a physics folder for my physics, and physics are what make you bouncy, make your boobs and your butt, your stomach make you bounce. So, and yeah, my animations, I have like this, my dance, my AOs, my custom poses, photography. And my landmarks, I have separated depending on what type of film it is. So RP films are all in this folder. So the RP films that I go to are here. The places where I shop are divided even more into what kind of shopping place it is: accessories, fashion, furniture, hair, skin, animations, cars, etc. And this is a get your voice back. So if you ever have problems with your mic, you can go to Voice Echo Canyon or Hippo Hollow Public Lands to get your mic working back up. Clubbing places, I'm a nudist, so I go to nude films that are still around. There are a lot that, yeah, I ended up deleting quite a few because they are no longer around, so that kind of sucks. But anyway, jazz clubs, jazz clubs, where my family and I hang out. Family friendly RP films here. And so that's how I do my inventory. And that's how you create folders and scripts and different things inside of your inventory so that you can have it organized so you can find things that you want right away easily. And it's really not too bad. Don't get scared when you see this, you guys. you know, it'll become a force of habit after a while. And yeah, just stick with us. Okay, that's all for this little tutorial. Bye.